Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to VBCS knowledge sharing session. This is Uma Shankar. In this session, we are going to learn VBCS basics and we will navigate to the VBCS UI page we can understand more. Let's discuss the outline of this presentation. We are going to start discuss on the VBCS basics. Then we will learn Jet basics for UI logic. And also we can understand REST APIs and how we are going to consume the Oracle REST data services from the VBCS. Okay, and we will explore more Redwood UI page and styling, and also we are going to cover the data security, and then we will go to the advanced topics like fusion integration, workflows, or external service consumption. So let's start with the VBCS basics. Okay, so VBCS is a low code development platform by Oracle. So basically, you can build a mobile and a web applications as it is a PaaS application. Okay, it will simplify your UI development. So you can use drag and drop options for your development. Okay, so by using VBCS, you can seamlessly having integration with the Oracle Cloud ERP, and also you can expose the REST services. Okay. So basically one of the important feature of the VBCS, okay, VBCS is built on top of Jet framework. Okay, when you design an application VBCS using a visual framework, it will generate the Jet code behind the screens. Okay, so by using this Jet framework, you will get pre-built in UI components, data binding, responsive design, and extensibility. Okay, so basically UI components, once you drag and drop the UI components, automatically the background code will be generated. Okay, it will simplify the complete development. Okay, so let's see how we are going to navigate to the VBCS. Okay, you have to go to the visual builder. Okay, so it will navigate to the visual application. Now we are going to create a visual application. Okay, as you know, VBCS is a visual basic cloud service. Okay, so let me create a new application. Okay, so our application name is demo hello integration. Okay, demo hello integration world. Okay, so once you provide the application name, okay, so here going to select the template. What kind of template you are going to choose for your UI development, right? So here you can go for the MT or dashboard example template or Redwood starter or Oracle Visual Cookbook. Okay, so I'm going to take MT application. Click on select. Okay, click on finish. Okay, so we have created application. Once you create application, you will be landed to the this particular page. Okay, now we will see the all the options. Okay, create application. Here this is the response application. You can create web and mobile application. Okay, so you are going to connect with the data using service connections. Okay, so you are going to expose REST services or integration REST APIs or Oracle Fusion REST services. Okay, and also you can add artifacts, and also you are going to create a business objects in VBCS. Okay, so I'm going to create a responsive application, that is web application. Okay, so my application name is, for example, I'm going to take a employee search page. Okay, I'm going to give some meaningful name, EMP search. Okay, application. Okay, so I'm going to select navigation style is the none. Click on create. So once you create, you can see, okay, as you can create a web page, so you can see the parent web application. Okay, within the parent web application, you can see the main application. Okay, main is nothing but a flow. Okay, so main is nothing but collection of different pages. Okay, under main you can see the page. Okay, here you can see the page designer. So under main you can create n number of pages. Okay, so basically main is nothing but the collection of pages. Okay, under web page you can see the fragments. Okay, so basically fragments are reusable components or UI elements that can be shared across different pages. Okay, so once the fragment is created, it can be used in the multiple pages. Okay. For example, you have a login form or a header within a navigation menu that you want to see across several pages. Okay. Instead of creating for each and every page. Okay. So you would create as it is a fragment. Okay. Then include this fragment in all pages that need it. Okay, so that it is a reusable components. Basically this by using fragments, so you can break the complex UI into reusable applications. Okay, so under fragments you can see the shell footer, cell header and page header. Okay, now let's come to resources. Okay, so basically resources, if you want to show anything in the browser. Okay, so you have to write your coding in the resource section, right? In the resource you have a action section and also components. Okay, and you can see the CSS. Basically we can use the CSS for apply the style of the pages. Okay, you can change the look and feel of your UI page. Okay, you can apply the colors, fonts, other visual aspects of the your web page. Okay, so here you can upload the images. Okay, and also you can write JavaScript here. Okay, and one of the important feature is strings. Okay, so basically this string typically used to store or manage text string values that are needed throughout the application. So whenever you have a requirement to text values need to be displayed all the pages. Okay, so instead of hard code the strings directly into application, so you can define as a string resources. Okay, then you have root pages. So under root pages you can see the cell. Okay, so this is a high level about your web application and fragment and resource and root pages. So now you'll go through this section. So this is the web application section we already created. If you can come here, right, this is the service section. Okay, so basically the service section used to connect with your REST SOAPs web services, database services. Okay, and also other external cloud services or your private REST endpoint. Okay, so here you can interact with your REST services. Okay, here you can see the backend services. Within the backend services you can connect with the your voice integration applications. Okay, if you click on here, right, you can see the service connection. You can create a service connection here. Okay, you can define by the catalog, define by the specification, define by the endpoint. So in our further session we are going to use all these services to interact with the REST services. Okay, okay, if you come here, right, this is the business objects. Okay, so these relational database which comes out of box in visual application, this database, this relational database inbuilt with the VBCS. Okay, so you can store application related data natively. Okay, you can create a table. So if you click on the business objects, okay, so you can create a business object. For example, I am going to create a employee business object. I want to store the employees data. Okay, let me create it. Okay, once you create here, right, you can see the field, security, business rules, endpoint data and source. Okay, let me going to create some field here. You have to go here. Okay, click on the field. Let me take the field. Okay, so I'm going to take employee name. So employee name is the string. Okay, create field. Let me create one more field. So let me take salary. Salary is a number. Click on one more field. Okay, salary is not created. Let me create one more field, salary. Select one. Okay, create field, create one more field. After salary, I'm going to take a hire date. So hire date is nothing but date. Okay, let me take date, create field. Let me take one more field. So let me take department ID. Okay, department ID is the number. Okay, click and create. Okay, now I'm going to input some values. Go to the data. Okay, click on row. So I'm going to give a department number, employee name Uma Shankar. Okay, hire date. Let me take some, give it some date. Okay, and salary. I can give 1000. Okay, add row. Okay, let me add one more row. Department ID 20. So Raja, hire date. Let me take some other date. March, salary 5000. Okay, add row. See, now you can see the two records are added. Right. Still, we can expose this business object as an endpoint. Right. If you want to expose this business object, you have to go to the endpoint. Okay. So here you can get the all the details. You can delete the details from this business object. You can update the details. All right. All right. Okay. This is the area how we are going to test the REST API from the Postman. Similarly, here you can perform the same thing. Okay, you can pass the values, you can get the data. Okay. So this is about we can discuss more on this further sessions. Okay, this is the way how we are going to create a business object. We have created a business object. Still, we can create multiple business object. These business objects are native to the VBCS. Okay. So next one is the components. Okay, it is a actual elements that appear on the page. Okay, so you can made use of label, image, text, input. Okay, input text, input date. Okay, you can select the all the details. If you go here, right, let me go to the your web page. Go to the page. Okay, you can see the components, right? Okay, so here you can see the all the label, image, icon, text input. Okay, these are all the component. Okay, so there are some components which are not available, which does not come out of box from Oracle, but it will be available in the marketplace. Okay, we can search and install it. Okay, these are the list of components available currently. So if you want to install any other out of box components, you can install it. Okay, so if you want to install any components, you have to go here. Okay, you can browse and you can install it. Okay, once you install it, it will come here. Okay, this is about okay, components. Okay, these are all the components. As you can see, these are the components. Okay, button, menu button, messages, combo box. Okay, these are all the components. We can use these components and by drag and drop these options, and we will build the UI page. Okay, so next one is the this process for visual builder has been depreciated. Okay, the last one is the source code. So here you can see the dynamic layouts, details, business objects, settings, web application, everything you can see. The folder structure you can see here. Now we are going to discuss other options in the page designer. Let's start with the events. So basically, what are the event? Event is nothing but the trigger action. right? When users are having interaction with the UI components, right, these events are created, right? These events are created when you click on a button, when you enter a value in the input field, right? These are all the events. So here you can create a custom event also. Okay, now come to the action chain. Action chain is nothing but what action you are going to perform in a sequence, right? For example, when user clicks on a submit button, there are a couple of actions going to perform sequentially. The first one is validate form inputs. That means whatever the values entered by user, the form will validate the details, right? Second one, you can call the REST API to submit the data. Third one, for example, you can navigate to the other page. These are the list of actions that we are going to perform sequentially in the action chain. Those will be captured in the action chain. Okay, once you click on the action chain, okay, you can give the ID and description. You can create a action chain here. Okay, basically action chain are nothing but set of actions or set of steps that are executed sequentially. Okay, the next one is the event listener. Basically event listeners are connection between event and action chain. Okay, so when you click on a button on a page, it will raise an event. First it will raise an event. These events will be listened by the event listener, right? Suppose when a button has a click on the web page, okay, but the click event listened by the event listener. Okay, so we can define that in the action chain with the set of sequences. Okay, so next one is the type. So type is nothing but it's a schema or structured data. Okay, so basically you can create a type to map to your REST response. All right, so but basically you can bind the data to your UI components like tables, charts and forms. So how we are going to create a type? You can click on a type. Either you can create a custom type or you can create a type from the endpoint. Either you can select it. Basically we are mapping this endpoint response to the particular type. Okay, if you click on the from endpoint, okay, you are going to select the endpoint here, or you can create a custom type here. Okay, so when you create a custom type, you are going to select, right, array or object. Okay, let me delete it. Next one is the JavaScript. Okay, so basically JavaScript we can use for the custom logic, like passing the arrays and you are formatting the dates. So when you have a requirement to perform some calculations, so you are going to derive some computed value, and also you can write some complex UI handling logic here. Okay, and you can create a custom function and you can call from the page. Okay, and also you can see the JSON. So basically VBCS automatically map the JSON response payloads to the types and values. Okay, you can directly bind these variables to the UI components like tables, charts, lists, right? So basically, yeah, you can see those structure in the JSON format. Okay, so JSON, if you click on that, right? So the JSON structure is nested or complex. Okay, so the next one is the settings. Okay, so we are going to discuss more on this. Okay, so in the component imports, you can import the reusable components like a form, card and a table, right? So so you can import your custom built-in components created by your team or by you. You can re-import it. Okay, so you can import custom components provided from the third-party application. Okay, next one is the CSS import. Okay, so basically you can import the custom CSS file and you can apply the style globally, right, on the page. Okay, These are all the reusable components. Okay. After that, you have module imports. Okay. So in the module imports, you have JavaScript module, VB module, and HTML related modules. You can import it. Next one is the security. So basically, VBCS tightly integrated with the IDCS. It supports SSO. You can access the pages through the Azure SSO, okay, and Google SSO or Oracle Cloud Infrastructure (OCI) IDCS. Okay. So basically, based on the roles assigned to the users, they can access to the web pages. Okay, we have two level of security. One is the UI level security, and second one is the business object level security. Okay, UI level security restricted through the roles, and business object level security restricted to the role level security. Okay. So next one is the translation. Basically, we can use the translation for the multi-language support. So whenever users wanted to see in their local language, okay, then we are going to create a translation. Now I am going to create a simple search form. We can use components and business objects to create a simple UI. Okay, so I'm going to create a new VB application. Okay, apply search application. Okay, so if you want to, you can change the template. I'm selecting the empty application for understanding. Okay, click on finish. Okay, so now what we can do, so here you can create a web application. Before that, I want to create a business object. Okay, in the left side under services, you can see the business objects, right? So I'm going to create a business object with the employees. Okay, my business object name is, you can take any name. I'm going to create the employee. Okay, so click on create. Okay, I'm going to enable few fields here. Field, first one, employee name. Okay, employee name is string. I'm going to select the string only. Create field. I'm going to create one more field. So I'm going to create salary. Salary is the number. I'm going to choose the number one. Create field. Field, one more field. I'm going to select a hire date. Okay, hire date is the date. Select this one. Create field. And one more field, department ID. This is number. Okay, create field. So one more field we are going to take it. So manager ID. Okay, field. See, manager ID we created a string, but I want to change it as a number, so that you can click on this. Instead of string, you are going to select to the number update. Okay, so we have created fields. Let's go to the data. Now I'm going to create two to three records. Okay, department ID, then employee name Umashankar. So hire date, you can click on here. You can take 24. Okay, manager ID 1.1, salary 1000. Okay, add row. Let me create one more row. Department ID 10, employee name Rajesh, hire date you can select 22. Okay, and manager ID you can give 1 or 2, salary 4000, and add row. Okay, so we have created two records. Okay, we are good with this. Okay, let's go to the web page again. Okay, so we have created a business object with the employees. Now I'm going to create a web page. All right, so click on web application. So I'm going to give employee employee search web application. Okay. So I'm going to select navigation style none, click on create. Okay. So now the page is rendered. Okay, the moment the page rendered, if you go to the code right here, you can see the your backend code. Okay, so I'm going to remove this existing backend code here. Okay, just delete it, and you can go to the line. So now you can see the clean page. Okay, so I'm going to create a page based on the department ID. I want to search the details from the business object, right? So I'm going to create a heading for this page. As I mentioned, it's a components, right? You can see that the components we have a list of details like buttons, list of actions. Okay, here you can see the input date, select, input search, input time, right? So I'm going to take a heading, right? You just drag and drop the heading. Okay, if you go to the code, right, here you can see the heading, right? Your code will be, background code will be generated automatically. Okay, so if you observe, if you drag and drop the header component, automatically the backend code is generated. Okay, here you can see the class is the OJ header, right? It is a jet component. Okay, so you can understand. So there are a couple of components. Once you drag and drop, you can see the kind of button created, right? OJ button, OJ input text, OJ table, OJ header. All right. So basically OJ header also, it's a custom component. So it's come from the out of box from Oracle. Okay. Basically we are following some standards, right? So whatever the components you are dragging drop to the UI page, it will start with the OJ, because so basically by mentioning this OJ, right? So just we can make sure that we are maintaining the proper namespace, okay, for each and every component. There is no conflict with the HTML tags. Okay, so here you can change the heading also, employee search. Okay, so the moment you change here, if you come to line, so it will come automatically, right? So now I'm going to take one text field to search the business object based on the department ID, right? So I'm going to take one input text here. Okay, just drag and drop the input text. Okay, this is the input text. Okay, so under the general, you can see the text label hint. So I'm going to give the label hint as department ID. Okay, so the department ID come here. Okay, if you want, you can enable as a required. Okay, based on the department ID, we have to search the employee details, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to going to the data properties here. So I'm going to create a variable here. Okay, go here, click on here. I'm going to create a page level variable. Okay, click on variable. So I'm going to give where employee search, employee search. Okay, so this is the, okay, number. I'm going to create this variable. Okay, this value we are holding into variable employee search. Okay, based on the department ID, I have to change the details. Now I'm going to take the table components. Okay, I'm going to drag and drop here. Okay, so it's by default you received 4 columns. Okay, now you can click on the quick start. So we are going to load the business objects to the table component in the table. All right, so what we can do, this is our table. Okay, this is our data, right? Our business objects are employee, right? So you can click on the add data. So this is the employee business object that we created. Okay, click on next. Okay, so whatever the columns you want to display in the on the UI page, you have to select here. So the first one I'm going to take employee name, then I'm going to take the salary, then hire date, department ID, okay, manager ID. Okay, these are the columns I selected. Okay, click on next. Okay, click on finish. See, automatically the details are getting loaded here. Okay, so if you come to once you loaded the data, business of the data in the table format, then you can go to the variables. Okay, so automatically the SDP is created. Okay, so SDP is nothing but a service data provider. Okay, basically it's a bridge between your data source like business objects and REST API and the UI components. Okay, it is a bridge between your data source and UI components. Okay, basically you can fetch the data from REST response. Okay, you can assign to this variable. Okay, so by using this service data provider, you just basically you can manage pagination, sorting, filtering automatically. Okay, so if you click on here, right, you can see all the options. Okay, if you come here, see here you can see something like filter criterion. Okay, you can click on the filter criterion. Now I am going to add one condition here. Okay, click on add condition. So based on the department ID, okay, I want to get the details, right? So now I'm going to select the variable which we created. Okay, so this is our variable where employee set. Select this. Okay, click on set. Okay, our UI page is ready. Now go here. Okay, now I'm going to run this page. Let's see. So if you click here, right, here you can see the preview option. Click on the preview option. See, this is the search. Now I am going to search with the department number 10, right? See, you can see the only department 10 in the your table layout, right? And also once you come here, right, here you can see the two or three options. You can see the backend code. This is the design mode where you can make some changes. Here also you can do some testing, right? You can search with the, see, the details are filtered, right? If you want make any changes, again you have to come back to the design. Okay, and you can make some other changes. Okay, this is the way how we can create a simple employee search. So now we can see other options. So the important thing is the Git. Once your page is ready, so we are going to push these code changes to Git, right? Basically Git is a version control and collaboration and a continuous development tool. Okay, so let's understand some basic information about the Git. Okay, how Git is used in VBCS. Okay, the first one is the source control and Western history. So basically VBCS automatically store your application source code. That means source code related to the UI, logic and services in the Git repository, right? So you can track all the changes. Okay, and also you can commit the updates, and also you can track your view history change. Okay, so every save in the editor can be committed in a Git, right? Okay, next one, the branching. Okay, you can create a branching for new features, bug fixes and environment specific changes. Okay, so we can create a branch for the each and every environment. So if a project having development environment, test environment, production environment, we can create 3 branches accordingly. Okay, next one is the collaboration. So if you are working in a big project, so multiple developers can work on the VBCS, right? VBCS project specific requirements. So multiple developers can work parallelly. Okay, and Git track who made the changes when you are working in a project. Okay, all the changes can be made through the pull request. Okay, the next one is the backup and recovery. So everything is stored in a Git, right? You can have a backup. So whenever you want to roll back the changes, you can do that. Okay. And as I mentioned, Git branches can be mapped to different stages of our application, main development to it. Okay, so Git integration with the external tools, so you can connect with the VBCS with the different external Git applications like a GitHub, GitLab, Bitbucket, or Oracle Cloud Services too. Okay. So the next one is the preview. So once you click on the preview, so you will navigate to the page. Basically, it is a runtime simulation of your application available directly from the VBCS. Basically, by using this preview option, you can test the logic. Okay, you can do the service testing. You can validate the REST services. Okay, and also you can check the navigation flow of the different pages. Okay, so you can give the same. Okay, you can deploy to the stage environment. You can share with your internal team. Okay. So in the right corner, you can see the menu option, three dots. Click on here. You can see the stage. So basically, stage is a development environment used to test and validate your application. You can click on the stage. So here you can see the options. Keep existing data in stage or stage with the application clean database. Okay. Keep existing data in stage. Click on the stage. A stage application is created. All right. Once you come to the application again, here you can see the stage application. You can navigate to the application here. Okay, it is a fully functional and runs on the Oracle Cloud infrastructure. Okay, it's a kind of production, but it is isolated from the production environment. So if you want to give this URL to your team to validate the form, then you can create a stage environment. You can provide the 10-point URL. Okay, let me go back to your application again. Okay, here you can see some other options. Okay, you can publish the page, and here you can see the setting option. Right, in the setting option you can see the different options. The first one, the translation. So basically, as I mentioned earlier, okay, so you can define the text into multi languages. Okay, basically it's a multi-language support. So you can download the XLib file. You can download the XLib file. You can open this file, and by using the translation tool, you can do the source and target mapping. Right, you can mention the source text and the target text, or how you want to present. Okay, once you made the changes, again you are going to upload the file here. Okay, so you can upload the XLib files to translate your application text into multiple languages. Okay, this is all about translation. When it's come to application profile, okay, so this is the kind of it's a set of config settings you can define and switch between at your runtime. Okay, you can create profile for dev, test, stage, and production environment with the different service URLs. Okay, here you can see the configuration for the backend, service connections, business objects, user roles, IDCT details. Okay, this is the high level. So come to team. Right, so basically this is the option. It is a way to organize users, roles, permissions inside your VBCS environment. Okay, so by using this option you can control who can edit the page, view the page, deploy the page. Okay, manage your complete VBCS application. Okay, then next one is the user roles. So basically, user roles, you define that what actions the different users can perform within a VBCS application. So we can define the different rules like developer, designer, tester, viewer, service administrator. Right? These roles helps you to control access, security, collaboration. Okay, by granting the permissions. Okay. So this is the business objects. Okay, you can enable the security for the business objects, and you can create a access token. So this is all about VBCS. Okay, we discussed about the basic details about the VBCS UI. In my coming sessions, we are going to discuss more depth. Okay, we will go through the different examples. Okay, if you like this video, please subscribe and share and provide your valuable feedback.